So everybody and their mother is talking about how to make money with digital products. I mean, we see videos popping up left and right. How to make $100,000 on Etsy with one low ticket Canva. How to shill, I don't know, Etsy wall decor.
AI wall art.
Yeah, AI wall art.
The craziest things that you could think of that people think take no work, no effort, and I just get instantly rich.
What's crazy is a lot of people are also doing these Etsy results in 30 days. And someone will see, wow, that person made $3,000 from Etsy in 30 days with no audience and no nothing. I'm gonna do that too. But honestly, in our business, we know firsthand, we work for ourselves, we run a 7-figure online digital product business that most of the time, odds are, it's not necessarily sustainable in the long run. So yeah, you can latch on to a hypey trend like AI wall art and make a quick buck. I mean, we even had this lady at church tell us she made $4,000 from her husband randomly selling his picnic table plans. But is that literally something that's going to be comfortable enough to where you can quit your job and maybe be home with your kids? In my opinion, no. And so today we're gonna talk about 100 different profitable digital product ideas that we have, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them that we have employed in our business that have helped us make 7 figures and up. And so we're also gonna cut through the noise and really just be frank on which ones we would recommend, which ones are just hype, and just basically brain dump a ton of different ideas just to get you guys started with where to go.
Before we get into this massive list that for some reason Haley really loves to be able to go through and talk about,
lists.
If you guys are looking to take serious action towards starting an online business like ours, we actually have a free challenge that you can go check out down in the description below. It's 0 to 100K in 12 months or less with digital products. So if that's something that you guys are into, go check that out in the link in the description, and let's go ahead and I guess start with number 1.
The first one is social media templates. So this could be reel covers. I just bought like a couple for like $2 each.
It could be Instagram highlights. It could be carousel, layouts. It could be basically anything that you have to use on social media that basically requires some kind of design that people don't want to do, that people don't want to sit there and spend the time designing. And so yeah, like Haley said, you could do reel covers, you could do highlight covers, you could do, social media post layouts, you could do designs, you could do even stuff when it comes down to not just on Instagram, but you can even move over to TikTok or you can move over to YouTube. And there's a lot of different areas that you can jump into. But what I think is really cool about this area is that you don't have to just sell generic reel cover templates, okay? I actually just found this for another video that will be coming up, but we're gonna be talking about things like reel cover templates for chiropractors, for psychologists, for lash artists, for so many different things.
Niches.
So when you break out all those different types of niches alone with just the different combination of niches and types of assets that you need on social media, you almost have 40 to 50 products right then and there. Now, I'm not gonna count that as 40 or 50 when we do this count, but at the same time, there are just so many different opportunities. I put this actually pretty highly on my list of things that I would do.
Another one is like event post templates. So there's like sales or there's holiday sales or holiday events, maybe like in your hometown or even for obviously social media. And so creating those templates, a lot of people would assume, oh, just go to Canva. But Canva is becoming more for the masses. I mean, I can almost recognize a Canva template. Yeah, I still use them, but I can almost recognize them. And so if you go on Etsy and you want to buy like an event post template for social media to shout out your pop-up shop or anything like that, it's almost better to pay for something like that versus just get the free one.
What's going to happen is you're going to end up getting something that's a little bit more generic, a little less customizable, and things that honestly, sometimes they're just kind of bland. And if you just go onto Etsy and you go check it out and you spend a couple of dollars more than free, than like what you would find on Canva, then you'll find something that gives you a lot more options, a lot more functionality, a lot more use cases. And so, events are one of those things where there's a wide variety of types of events. Like Haley said, you could have hometown events. There's like, pictures that we see or event posters that we see just driving up and down the street that people could use Canva or they could use Etsy and a Canva template to make those things.
So another one is basically like social media banners or social media profile templates. So this would be like your YouTube cover banner, your Facebook cover photo, or whatever they're called. They're all called something different. Twitter has one.
It could be Meta instead,
Yes. And so I know that we're going to talk about a lot. So we're actually going to put them all down below so you guys can look at the list because we're just going to spout them out.
So other templates that people actually like to use is when they're actually creating a business, they like to do things like logos and branding, okay? Two of the hardest things to figure out when you're trying to start a business on your own. But what you can do is you can sell like pre-made editable logos that basically you can swap and mix and match different assets to create a custom logo that you have. Then you could also have branding kits which have things like colors with fonts and templates and basically different ways that you can create assets for your own brand using that type of kit.
So now we're getting into sort of like more written templates. So these would be like cover letter templates, resume templates. Like if someone is looking for a traditional job and they want to stand out from the masses of people that use Canva, then this would be a great go-to. And then we also have like lifestyle categories like people getting married and people giving birth, people having birthdays.
So what ends up happening is you create a product where it's basically like paper that people will print print, but they could customize it on something like Canva beforehand. So it could be things like wedding invitations, the little cards that go on the tables at weddings. You could have birthday cards, you could have like birth invitations. I don't know, basically anything that
birth
you
invite.
print. Yeah, like a birth invite to watch birth, whatever it might be. Basically, people can write different names, different times, different addresses on these basically printable things that they can then send to people.
Birth announcement.
Birth announcement. So moving on from like the paper stuff that's here, you also have stuff that you can do for brick and mortar stores. So, you know, when you're going around, you're shopping at malls, you might see different flyers that they might have there. So different businesses, different brick and mortar stores like clubs or bars or stores or anybody might need some type of flyer talking about their latest promotion or the thing that they're doing that they can blow up and put on one of those standing signs that you always want to kick down when you're walking by them. At least it's just me. People use those things. So you can find those out for different types of businesses. Businesses actually use Canva to even do things like menus or the marketing inside their business too. So there's a lot of opportunity there.
So obviously we've shown you guys how to sell a complete product, like a complete cover letter, a complete YouTube profile banner, but you can actually segment the parts of these complete packages into their own sellable things.
So a lot of times people call these things like stock art, or they call them clip art, or they call them illustrations or SVGs. And basically you can make any array of them. So people do things like emojis, they do cats, they do people, they do hand gestures, they do basically everything that they can to break out every little individual bit. And this goes even above and beyond just making other digital products. Some people use them for just like other projects and things that they have to do as well. They have like flower clip art, they have animal clip art, they have people clip art, silhouette clip art, everything that you can kind of think of to make some type of marketing piece, you can sell them as individual pieces. So along with creating like individual clip art assets, what some people do when they have a little bit more time is they'll actually create assets for larger projects. Okay, so sometimes when people need things like different quotes or different names or different fonts, people provide those as assets for different things like wall art or wooden art, or, you know, basically different banners that they want to be able to use. People even actually also sell templates and assets for digital products for things like video games or e-comic books and different types of art that they do. And so they'll sell characters or banners or frames or like sprite icons. There's so many different things that they do that you can actually sell as one-off pieces.
So one of the best parts about actually selling digital products is that you can create a full online business with this versus just like making a couple quick, I don't know, maybe like $1,000 or $2,000 off of selling something, let's say on Etsy. And so what I mean by this, and this is what we teach people for a living, this is what we teach people to do, is you can actually build a legit brand as a content creator, selling your own digital products while you maybe sell them on Etsy, like on the side. But honestly, in the end, you're gonna make most of your products selling it yourself based off of your story, okay? So we're talking about things like you could start with printables. And so there are, depending on the niche that you're in, there's so many different printables. If you're in the motherhood niche, you might be doing meal planning, recipe cookbook printable. People are even selling like hotcakes randomly, their birth plan, which is probably new to Doug, but they give it to like the nurses at the hospital, only moms will know. And they'll say, this is what I want, don't ask me questions. And so people will
like
sell
a rainbow
that.
in the corner and like different things that they, from the other clip art they buy on Etsy.
Yes. And then you also have the category of, let's say, like fitness or health. So you can sell things on like meditation printables, workout plan, morning routine plan, a meal plan, a habit tracker is like super popular. You can even sell things for the whole category of being a homeschool mom like I am.
So you can even take a lot of these and just compound the different types of products that you can offer by bundling them together. So you can have like a legit mom bundle, which has, you know, meal planning, birthday planning, birth plan planning, whatever other things that you package in together as a mom. Obviously it's got to make more sense. But the idea is that now you can offer multiple different levels of different products, or people can build things a la carte. Along with the more like, you know, mom side of things, they also have things that are more generic. You can also do things like budget trackers, there's minimalist trackers, there's different things that you do for like if you want to save money, if you want to get out of debt, you want to plan for a home. They actually have spreadsheets that people sell. It's not just Canva templates. They actually sell spreadsheets that people use that fill out, they change colors, they have different tabs that people can use to actually like better their life in different ways.
And then as far as like parenting in general, I mean, you have sleep trackers like for newborn babies, or if you, again, are like a parent of a small kid, you can sell coloring books, worksheets, activity pages, and you can even sell wall art, like let's say in your kids' room or for minimalist homes. That's actually how I got started making my first buck online. Years ago when I was like nearly out of high school, I would sell wall art. When everything was like, all the walls were gray and I was like super fad in like 2015, 2016, I was selling like gray wall art, like a typewriter. And so, you know, people do that now with like AI art, which is still very profitable.
Now, if we were to stick in more of like a business segment that's here, let's say that you sell print on demand. You sell t-shirts and mugs and art or different things that people basically choose what they want and they put a product on it. Well, what you need to do is those businesses need to be able to have mock-ups. And so mock-ups are basically where it is a mug, or it's a t-shirt, or it's like wall arts and it's like a frame or something and it's blank. And then the person who buys it puts their design on that. So any product you've ever seen, like I said, mugs, wall arts, there's like rooms, there's room mock-ups, there's t-shirt mock-ups, there's e-reader mock-ups, there's computer mock-ups, anything like that can be sold as an individual template that people have to buy. You could even do things like phone cases, you can do bags, you could do tote bags, you could do shorts, you could do hats. All types of customizable products need a mock-up that these shops have to use to showcase their product. They can't just put a flat picture on the screen. They have to show it like it's being used without actually printing all these different instances. And this even moves into things like mouse pads, or you can do tumblers, or you could do cups, you could do plates.
Bachelorette t-shirts.
Bachelorette t-shirts, like so many different things. Sorority t-shirts, fraternity t-shirts, so many different instances. We're gonna list a ton of them down below because all basically we'd be doing is listing off different types of clothes that you wear.
Yes.
So if you're looking for something that's a little bit more different and not just for $1, people actually also sell online. They sell website templates. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So you could do Kajabi templates, you could do Teachable templates, you could do Show It templates
Blogging
and
too.
blogging templates. You can sell entire things, and people actually get very specific, and they also include things like checkout pages. They have follow-up pages. They have thank you page templates. It's all
More
really
pricey too.
Yes, much more pricey, higher price. So you're going to sell fewer of them, but the difference in price between $1, piece of wall art and a $150 checkout page is immense. And so basically the idea behind that is you're serving a specific person at a higher price, and it's more of, in my opinion, a profitable business strategy that can be long-term. One of the most common pages that we actually see like our students use, or that other influencers or other course creators use, is like a sales page template, for example. So basically you just buy the template, you install it on whatever course software it is that you're using, and you have a fully built page that you basically just come in and swap pictures and swap text with. It's honestly a really good digital product to get started in if you're looking to make a significant change to your income.
So hopefully that was enough digital product ideas to really give you guys some inspiration for how to get started making money in this way. And also, again, check the description box because we list all of them and more. But if you guys, again, want more information about how to actually turn this into a legit online business to where you don't have to rely on like the hype from AI art or the hype from maybe finding like an undersaturated one-time product, then we do have that free challenge you could take that teaches you how to go from $0 to $100,000 in less than 12 months with digital products with no money in your bank account and no audience. So get that down below, and also follow us on Instagram. We put up new tips and different things there. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you in our next one. Bye guys.